Very good morning for Sunday, the 21st of November. Sorry, a couple of minutes late. I've been inspecting two runways, checking grass surfaces and stuff like that, because when northerlies come to Lasham, that brings some good ridge soaring weather, but boy, does it give us a bit of an operational headache on a day like today. So high pressure, sort of typical South Downs setup out in the Atlantic at the moment. And with that sort of anti-cyclonic winds, we've got winds coming pretty much from the north into Scandinavia, and that's why it feels definitely a little bit more colder. The isobars ever so slightly trending to bring the wind from the north-northeast, and thankfully no fronts or anything like that, though we may see an increase in cloud later in the day. Looking into tomorrow, convergence then sets up in the channel, and we see the winds come around a little bit more to the northeast, though should still be good for ridge soaring, before it sort of slackens off a bit on Tuesday. Those winds, well, there is a weather warning out in force at the moment for strong winds. And looking on here, we've got 020 at 25 on the south coast, and inland around 360 at 20. Surface winds will generally be anywhere in the region of about 15 knots north to north-northeast. The satellite picture shows that we are currently in a bit of clear air. This sort of moist bit of cloud starting to come down will affect us. Most of the TAFs are saying the cloud base will come down considerably during the day, potentially down to about 2,000 feet QFE by about 1 o'clock. But other than that, no significant weather, no rain, no expected reduction in visibility at all. Public forecast shows 7 degrees, but it feels more like 3 degrees. And there you go. Notice we start off with northerlies and start to go around to north-northeast as the day goes on. So nice and bright though, away from that cloud, and good visibility for most of the day. Top temperature there of 7, and that links pretty closely to what we're seeing on the GFS prediction, which is showing us around 7s, maybe 8s if you're lucky, but it certainly won't feel like that. And similar with dew points sort of down to 1s and 2s. Currently at Farnborough, they are reporting 5 knots from the north, 4 degrees, and you can see that in there, the becoming by 12 o'clock broken at 2,000 feet. Might be a bit hit and miss that, but certainly you'll see the wind there being put in, showing 36015 gusting 25, which is slap bang in the middle of our setup normally here at Lasham. Top meteo is sort of showing that there might be some weak thermals sort of in the afternoon up to sort of 700 or 800 meters, so 2,500 feet maybe, but nothing much more than that. The odd hint of cumulus, but it is nearly the end of November, so there's not that much power in the sun. And NOTAM wise, parachute jumping at Little Rissington, but the area you're all interested in is down on the south, which does not have particularly too many NOTAMs. I'm expecting it to be a busy day on that ridge with Parham. They will be offering aerotow retrieves if you land there in good time. Rest of the area though, usual activity around Salisbury Plain, including Middle Wallop gliding, and Solent and Farnborough active as usual. So South Downs, it is almost the perfect direction. So it's not far off, nice strength as well. So this is looking at ridge heights, and yeah, along most of the ridge, you're getting about sort of 20 knots on it, all the way down to Eastbourne. As I said, the isolated thermal might help you there. Getting back, well, yeah, if you do manage to line up a couple of thermals, you might get lucky. Otherwise, I'm sure turbos or Parham will make do. A reminder that sunset today is at 16:09. So last landing will be before 16:40, please. Keep a good eye out on the ridge. Being one of the first ridge days of the winter season, there's probably a lot of people who have not done it recently. Yeah. So please do keep a very good eye out while you're doing that, because I say the ridge is a hazardous environment. So setup, well, I've got 2 setups for you, depending on what the wind does, because quite frankly, as I went out there, the wind couldn't make its mind up. The one thing's for sure, I'm not winching off 27 or 09. That is well outside our limits. So the grass is fairly dry, but we are going to be looking at either 3-4 or 0-5 with aerotows operating on 0-9 or 2-7. So 3-4 setup shows a winch launch point down at the bottom end here. and the winch well up towards the northwestern corner. Aerotows would therefore be on 2.7 to keep them clear of the winch cables, and we'll have to have 2 separate launch points running, which is always a little bit tricky to do. Landings, if we're on 3.4 for gliders going back to the winch, will be left-hand circuits onto the western part of the grass here. Aerotows from the runway, we'll just bring the tugs on either side or at a slight angle, but there will be considerable crosswind regardless of the setup. A reminder that for 3.4 and 0.5, only LGS 2-seaters are permitted to winch. So you will be refused a launch if you attempt to winch a glider, which is not an LGS 2-seater. That's for safety concerns due to the softer ground that exists down here. So yeah, no twin grobs or anything like that. It will be K21s or K13s down at this end. Aerotows, you can do what you want up that end. If we're on 0.5, then the winch operation moves around, and the winch sits up in the northeastern corner with the launch points down by 2XL. Aerotows are then going to be off 0.9 hard, going towards the east. And again, circuits in this instance will be right hand onto 0.5 and left hand on, and you can cross slightly if you want to get another relight on 0.9. So I'll leave those diagrams just up a moment, but yeah, that's quite important because we do not operate on these runways particularly often, but they are there for a reason, and we are going to use them today. So yeah, soft ground, please make sure that we are very aware of the risk of a wing drop on either runway. And tow out routes aim towards the launch points. And please just keep your wits about you. We will make sure that we've got staff members at both launch points so that we're not trying to launch 2 things at once. But yes, if the Aerotows could form a sort of compact sort of grid up by where the launch point would normally be for winching on either runway. The way to tell which runway I'm going to be on, look for the winch, look for the launch point. At the moment, I'm still trying to work it out, and I don't really want to have to change ends. When you come back at the end of the day, just be sensible about it. It probably is better to just land into wind and roll up to the perry track. If you do need an out of wind runway, then let us know on the radio. But please just keep an eye out for where the winch is. If you see the flashing lights, please don't fly over it. Okay, so yes, Para will do aerotow retrieves. I think it's about 80 quid. They are also very happy to see people down there if you book in advance, if you tow down. We will offer aerotows down towards the ridge as far as you need to go, and we'll charge on a per mile basis if you go further than about Alton. So yeah, other than that, wrap up warm. It is going to be the first of our really wintry, crisp days. I'll see you on the airfield shortly. Bye for now.